Okay, hopefully this is recording all right. If not, this is going to be an awkward video. So today, doing obviously a little different, but I've got a recipe to do from the Elder Scrolls First Cookbook, doing vegetable soup. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because at work we are having a quote-unquote soup off. Just different varieties of soups by different employees, and I figured I'd do this one. So I did it before and people seem to like it. So you need 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 2 cloves of garlic, minced, 2 leeks, white and light green parts sliced, 3 large carrots diced, 3 cups peeled chopped butternut squash in small pieces. That's going to be the worst part of this entire video because I hate cutting butternut squash. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of storm cloak seasoning, which I will be doing that one first because, well, it should be done first anyway, but it's pretty simple. 1 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, 1/2 cup barley, pearl barley I should say, 4 cups of vegetable broth, 2 cups of water, and as toppings, not necessary, but it helps, 1 cup of chopped carrot greens, kale, or other greens in small pieces. Now, you don't need all 3, but found kale last time I did this to be better. Just flavor-wise, it seemed to be a little bit better. So we're gonna get started with the Storm Cloak seasoning, which, if you know my have I done a God of War one? I don't remember if I did God of War or not. I probably have. Anyway, there's different spices and herbs that go with it. This one is Storm Cloak. 2 teaspoons of dried dill, 1/2 teaspoon of grains of paradise, 1 teaspoon of mustard powder, and 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds. Now, I have not found grains of paradise yet, but the best substitution I found, or a substitution, black pepper and nutmeg. That's what we're gonna do. Now, the instructions for this is actually easy. Crush or grind all the ingredients together using a mortar and pestle or a clean spice grinder, then store it in a small airtight jar. Well, lucky for me, I have a heavy mortar pestle. So we'll look over here. Now for the grains of paradise, because I'm using whole black peppercorn. Not sure how to measure it, so we're just gonna kind of, that should do. That at the wee. Get a little nutmeg. That should do. Alright. 2 teaspoons of dill. Get this off. Ooh, that was bad. Oh, almost dropped the whole thing right there. 1 teaspoon of mustard powder. And many fennel seeds? 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds. Boom. And where's the... Oh, there it is. I just had it. Round all this up. Oh shit. Alright, so that will do. So hopefully this stopped recording at a decent spot, but this is kind of what it should look like at the end. Alright, next step. That's gonna be the easiest to do, maybe the longest, most annoying, is this. Yes. Peeling. Have to do this a lot at work now. Finding there we go. Finding a good peeler is key. And also just finding a good spot, a good way to peel this thing. This is so frustrating. I'm gonna try my personal what I use at work. Not much better. Yeah, that's not much better. Okay. Alright, we'll stick with this one. Obviously, it doesn't need to look pretty, since it will be getting cut up. But with that being said, you want to take off as much of the skin as possible, because this skin is a little tough. Right, now the cleanup. Now, technique at work we use, let's cut off these ends. And then you can either cut down the center like that, or cut the stem and then de-seed. So I'm gonna cut down the center, and you can see where the seeds are. You don't need these. They can be put into the compost container. Grab a spoon and literally just scoop these out. Well, I'm gonna put these in the compost container as well. I'm pretty sure you can save these. Don't quote me on this, but you can save, should be able to save the skins for a vegetable stock. Now, like I said, don't quote me because I'm not 100% sure. Oh, also, if you hear a cat, it's one of my cats, and just constantly is crying. Don't worry, the cat's well taken care of and fed. Just fed them before I started doing this. Now, one suggestion I will always say, especially with knives like this, get a cut glove. wear a cut glove whenever you're doing this. The reason I'm not doing it is because I have them in the wash. Now, sizes like this should be okay because they're gonna get real soft real quick, but don't ever be afraid to make them smaller. I'm gonna make them just a little bit smaller. Well, because since this will be going out en masse, I want people to be able to eat them without any issues. Hopefully this part I'm not leaving this unedited. I'll just a little bit, but it's still a bit there. Now, I really like this knife. I've had it for, I think, 2-3 months now. This is not sponsored, but I did get this off of bespoke.com. Zilwing? Yeah, so it's very good. I actually did cut my finger pretty well when I first opened the box. Stupid me decided to run it against the blade. See how sharp it was, and yeah, I found out it was pretty sharp right out of the box. And it's definitely one of those things, take care of your knives, obviously. If you use it a lot, especially for using it on items like this, and I want to keep it sharpened, cleaned. So yeah, I have a sharpener that I use on the daily when I'm using this. And yeah. No, this isn't live. Oh, speaking of live streams that I was just about to say, this is not a live stream about dead air. I did try using my microphone, my new microphone that hopefully is picking everything up on my computer with OBS. Well, it wasn't picking up audio through the camera mic, it was picking it up through the laptop mic. I don't necessarily have an issue with that. If I'm going to be using the camera, I want to use the camera mic. I don't want to use the laptop mic, and I don't want to have to be constantly bringing 500 pieces of equipment up for live stream cookings. Now, anyone watching this with more knowledge about live streaming and all that, how well does cell phone footage work with you guys? Is it okay? Is it preferred? Or do you guys like this method better, where it's the overhead pre-recorded stuff? Let me know, and I can certainly adjust. Okay, well, that's a lot more than 2 cups. So, in this case, it works, because again, it's going out to be in a competition. Well, not a competition, hopefully a large crowd of people wanting to try different soups. Okay, I'm gonna go with my garlic here. That's 2 cloves, that's pretty empty. Okay, so now I do have a manual, well, push mincer. I got this at a kitchen store. A little while ago, and I've been itching to give it a try. So I'm going to take most of this stuff off. So the idea is to have this in here. I've got a bowl. A nice pretty little display bowl. And then just do this. That sounded good. All right. Not bad. Not great, but alright, so there's our garlic. And we're back. Next, 3 large carrots. Alright, so these aren't necessarily large. We're going to do we'll do 6. And peel. Now, tips up. Come on. Alright. Now, these were a little bit bigger. I would do is cut them like this and then do it in force. But since these are pretty small, I am just going to do this. Very carefully at the end here. Now, if there's any thick pieces, just split them in half. And voila. This one I can kind of... yeah, so I'm gonna leave that like that. But another method you could do, cut it in half, boom. So you start cutting them in half like that, you get splits. So. Again, just make sure that these are small. This one's a little bit bigger, so... ah! That didn't work at all! Alright, carrots cut. Woohoo! Next part, kale. Did I really just say kale? No, these are leeks. Next part is leeks. cut the very tips off there. Now it says to light green, so I'm assuming that's here. So those don't look very light green to me. Alright, so let's say white and light green parts sliced. Now, I think last time I did this, I just did. This time, I'm going to carefully do a little bit smaller. Ooh. That's why you want to wear a cut glove, because one wrong move. Now, for obvious reasons, you don't always do it on the round side because I can go like that. Now we got all this nice, beautiful leeks. Those remind me of the old video, well, not old, but the videos of the dad jokes. The toilet is leaking, there's a leak in the toilet, or there's a leak in the dishwasher, and it would be a literal leak, like the plan I just cut, in said object. Alright, so now we've got our main stuff prepped. So, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Let me check my Kerrygold pure Irish butter here. Alright, so I guess right here. Oh, I'm gonna guess about that. Alright, so here comes the fun part, the cooking of the soup. Alright, so it says to use a saucepan. I'm going to use a pot, only because it's slightly easier. And you get a nice behind the scenes here with my new light. Well, the light's new, the tripod it's on is not. But I think this was my either first or second tripod. So, put the butter in there. Melt the butter in a large saucepan over medium heat. That would be about right there for me. Obviously, this will not take long. The cookbook says this makes about 6 to 8 servings. Prep time is 15 minutes, cook time is 45. And it pairs well with garlic bread. Now I haven't had the garlic bread yet, but I would assume that it does very well. While we are waiting, and if you haven't done so already, open your canned tomatoes. So you can just dump them right in whenever they need to go. I mean, you can also pre-prep your portions for your barley. It says half a cup. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use about a cup and a half. Again, simply because I'm doing more than what the book, the recipe calls for. If I remember correctly, I should say not correctly, but if I remember, I'll probably, hopefully, put music in the background I've been using Filmora's AI generated music, or the stuff that's free from there. I think the one I've been using for this channel is called Coffee Break. No, it's not because my channel is called Coffee Chat, but simply because it's almost 12 minutes long. It's easier to edit with, and it's low enough that it's not bothersome. So, if I remember correctly to do that, I keep saying remember correctly. If I remember to do that, I'm going to keep using the Coffee Break song. Alright, now that the butter is starting to make a noise, we are going to add the garlic and leeks first. Cook until they are soft and fragrant, which should take about 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, this is already, the garlic's already fragrant. So this is where the saucepan part comes in much easier, because with the pot it's a little harder to stir everything correctly per se. That still looks very shiny. Whatever, it looks better than what it was before. And if you heard that, that's the cat I was talking about before. Next, carrots and squash. So, carrots. And squash. Now it says to stir to coat with butter, and obviously with a pot. I keep saying obviously with the pot. With the pot it's going to be a little more difficult. Not super difficult. That's it for a bit. Followed by salt and storm cooked seasoning. And half teaspoon of storm cooked seasoning. Just a little more, just because it's really good. Hopefully you heard that. A nice another little stir. Get your sides here. right, now that that's in, pour your tomatoes. And your barley. Now, this is the vegetable broth and the water. Oh my God, that. Give it a quick stir, get all that nice flavoring mixed in. It's already looking actually really good. So yeah, it's not done obviously because the barley hasn't even had a chance to cook. Barley hasn't had a chance to cook, but that's what it's gonna look like in the end. Now we let it come to a simmer. I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit. And now, boom. We're gonna let it sit and come and cook for 45 minutes. And obviously, once you use a spoon to taste, wash it. Don't ever reuse the same spoon, either without washing or getting a new spoon. Or you use plastic stuff and throw stuff away once you're done. Whatever is easiest. So yeah, we're gonna give that about another 5 minutes. Alright, well, my battery is about to die here, so yeah, that looks done. Let me take a quick taste test. Yeah. So I'm going to call this done. Get a quick spoonful before. And vegetable soup from the Elder Scrolls. Give it a shot. Hope you enjoyed the recipe, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.